Last week I went on Amazon and bought some pelleted pine and a glass tray, so I'm going to see if it's possible to potty train a chinchilla. So today's video is going to be more of an informal one of me testing out the chinchilla potty throughout the week and documenting the progress. I'm basically going to fill the tray with pelleted pine and set it in Pandora's cage. I hope she will learn to pee in it. Some of the obvious reasons why you might want to potty train your chinchilla is to make the cage smell less and not have to change the fleece liners as often. First, a little bit of background. Pandora is a 4-month-old chinchilla who is currently not potty trained, although it will be awesome if she was. She pees all over the cage, so I'm very interested to see how this will turn out. If you're new to my channel, then hi. I have a chinchilla named Pandora which I film all sorts of interesting videos on. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell notification right now so you can be notified when I post a video every Sunday. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. Hi, it is Monday right now. I'm unboxing the Amazon packet that has the wood inside. I'm so excited to see what is inside. After I have unboxed everything, I have to set it all up and I'm going to put the pelleted pine into the pan. Hopefully when Pandora pees on top of the pine, the wood will absorb all her pee. So I also heard that putting hay in the litter pan makes the chinchilla want to pee more, so I'm going to put a little bit of hay on top of the pelleted pine to see if that is true, and hopefully it is. So now I have everything set up in the cage. I have everything unboxed and Pandora does not want to seem to go into the pan at the moment, but maybe she just doesn't need to pee. It has been a little bit, so I've given her a couple of minutes and it seems like instead of wanting to pee in the pine, she seems very interested to chew the pelleted pine, which is not that good because she's meant to pee in the pine, not eat the pine. But I don't know how this will turn out. But it is only day 1 and I have high hopes, so we'll see how Tuesday goes. It is now day 2 and I cannot tell whether she has peed in the pan or on the fleece because my fleece is like a bright hot pink color and her pee just blends in very well into the hot pink liner that I have put in the cage. I've also decided to move the pan into the left corner of the cage because I'm planning on putting a wheel where the pan originally was. So today I've seen Pandora stand on the edge of the pan and not really get into the pan but just stand on the edge. Sometimes I like to nudge her into the pan by gently directing her body towards the pan, but she doesn't seem very willing to go in the pan yet. Maybe she's just new to the whole concept because it's the first time I've introduced it to her. So I'm going to put her hay sack above the pan so she realizes that's where her hay is, and in order to get her hay she needs to go into the pan and get the hay, and when she's eating the hay I hope that she will pee into the pan. It is Wednesday, day 3 of me trying to potty train my chinchilla. So this morning when I was going to clean the cage, I saw that Pandora had pooed basically everywhere around the cage except in the pan. Well, there was a little poo in the pan, but mostly the poo was scattered around the cage. I also can't tell if she has peed in the pan or not. So I know this is going to sound kind of gross, but I have collected some of her poo droppings and I am going to place it into the pan so she knows that the pan is not somewhere she can get food but somewhere she can pee in. So I also noticed that a lot of the hay in the sack has fallen into the pan, so I'm going to put it back into the sack. Today is day 4 and we have some progress. I'm so excited to tell you that Pandora is not chewing the pelleted wood anymore and the wood is staying in the pan and not scattered around the cage anymore. It seems like sometimes she has been peeing in the pan because a lot of the pelleted pine has broken down into a powder, and I'm not sure if that is because she has peed on the pine and the pine has broken down or she has chewed it, but I'm pretty sure she has peed it. Otherwise she would have taken the pine to somewhere else and chewed it. Also, I forgot to say that the powdered pine seems kind of damp, so definitely she has peed in it. But the problem is I cannot tell how much she has peed into the pan compared to how much she has peed on the fleece, so I'm going to change out the fleece tomorrow and hope all goes well. So today is Friday, the 5th day of trying out the Chinchilla potty. So today I've changed the fleece on both levels. If you want to see how I made fleece liners for the feisty ferret cage, I have made a video on that and that will be in the description below. It is very easy, you only need a couple of materials, and if you have the same cage as me, go for it. So on a different note, the upper left of the pan is the spot that's most wet because that is the corner of the cage and probably where Pandora pees the most. So I'm excited to see tomorrow if Pandora has peed in the pan or on the fleece. Today is the last and final day of this experiment where I potty train my chinchilla. So it looks like Pandora has peed next to the pan but also into the pan, which is good. I have also put a small piece of fleece next to the pan to catch the pee because sometimes she chooses to pee next to the pan. That is also another spot that she really likes to pee, and I can tell that she has peed there sometimes because the felt is stained yellow. So I would say like about 60 to 70% of the time she pees in the pan and the other 30% she pees on the fleece next to the pan. Another good thing is that she never pees on the top level of the cage, and the pee is concentrated in the pan and also the fleece next to the pan, which is good. It makes cleaning a lot more easier and I'm very happy about that. Now I'm basically going to give you a summary of my experience. So it has been pretty successful. Pandora pees in the pan most of the time, and I did not have to try very hard to make her pee in the pan. It was kind of natural for her to pee in the pan. Also, another thing, sometimes when I see her using her potty, I immediately hand her a treat to reinforce the good behavior. Usually chinchillas are easier to potty train when they are younger, but don't be discouraged if you have an older chinchilla. It is very much possible to train your chinchilla to use the potty. One more tip, once you put the pan down, don't move it because your chinchilla will associate that corner of the cage to where they will pee. So I definitely recommend doing this if your chinchilla is not already potty trained. It gives you a lot less work to do cleaning wise. Well, that's all I have for you today. If your chinchilla is potty trained, or maybe you are in the process of potty training your chinchilla too, please share it in the comments. I'm very interested to know. Thank you all so much for watching till the end of the video, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I will see you next week. Bye!